All right, people, welcome back to the Kaiba Show. And this week, Netflix has hit us off with the Ay, como no dueles. That's right, Selena is out, so let's get it.
Welcome to the Kaiba
All right, people, so Netflix, Selena is starring Christian Serratos. We have Ricardo Chavera and Naomi Gonzalez. And basically, you already know the life story of Selena, but if you don't, the premise of the show is we basically have the late Tejano singer Selena and her family, and we're seeing the rise of the journey of them making it in the limelight, the Hollywood musical world. And that's basically the premise of the story. Like by now, you've been living under the rock if you don't know the story of Selena. And I grew up watching the J Lo movie of Selena, which was a very good movie. But this show peels back even more layers of the Quintanilla family, and we get to see more of their family dynamic. And that's what I loved about this show. Obviously, you can only do so much with a movie. When you have the average movie that's about 2 hours, there's going to be a lot of stuff that, you're going to leave on the cutting room floor. And that's the good thing about a series, because you could do episodes where you could dive in deeper. And they gave us that. We saw a crazy, huge family dynamic that we didn't get to see in the movie. Like, for example, I can't remember. I'm not going to say that I've seen the Selena movie recently, but I don't remember them talking about AB literally writing when they like started to make it big. AB the brother like wrote like all the songs. I didn't know that. This show dives into that. Like Abraham put the pressure on him to come up with the music. And, he was the producer. I didn't know that. I don't remember the movie touching on him producing all the songs. Like once they made it big, it was AB's job. I didn't know that. Like, and, maybe in the movie they touched on, I don't remember, Suzette not being able to like at first master the craft of being a drum player. Like this show touched on that. Like she was actually like nervous sometimes, and like her skill level wasn't there when they needed to transition from one song to the next, but she got better over the years. And like there was just certain stuff of the family dynamic, them going through, the lows and the highs that the movie barely touched on, because like I said, there's other stuff that they got to talk about when you have a 2 hour movie. So there's a lot of stuff in the show that we didn't get in the movie. The mom, they dive more deeper into the mom's character and her character development. Abraham, we already knew Abraham was like the Latino Joe Jackson, but we get to see even more of that. He didn't allow them to do a lot of stuff, which sucks because they miss out on a lot of stuff in their childhood. There's a portion in the show where basically Selena's taken out of high school. She became too big, too busy to be in high school. So she probably missed out on a lot, not going to prom, dating boys and stuff. A lot of times we forget that with childhood stars. There's a lot of stuff that they miss out on, their first kisses and stuff like that, just hanging out with friends. And it kind of sucks, that they miss out on these things. But that comes with the territory with trying to be a star, trying to make it and stuff like that. Abraham knew what he wanted and he executed it. Did he execute it the right way in some people's eyes? Probably not. But there's just so much more that the show digs into that you don't get in a 2 hour movie. And this is probably a good reason why sometimes certain stuff needs to be like a series or a mini series. So there's definitely going to be a season 2, because the way the show ends, there's still a lot more story to tell. And first off, I have no complaints with the acting. Everybody did a good job acting wise. The script was well written, the screenplay. I have no complaints. I only have 2 negatives. One of my negatives is they should have did it with a budget that Netflix has. They should have did a better job with her hair pieces. A lot of times you can tell she was wearing a wig helmet. She should have had better like lace front wigs or whatever. It was just a lot of times you could tell like that's not her. It didn't look natural. I'll say that. It didn't look natural. They should have made sure it looked more natural on her head. And number 2, there was, some car scenes where, Selena and her sister's driving, or, her sister's driving, and you can tell they're like in a green screen, which I thought was kind of odd because you guys should have enough money where you could shoot an actual scene where, people are driving in a car. So you could tell the background was fake. And I just thought that was weird because isn't a low budget show. This is Netflix we're talking about. You guys have money. You guys are doing well when it comes to your original movies and TV series. So with that being said, definitely check this out. It was well worth. The average duration time of an episode is probably around 35 minutes. Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 episodes that are longer than that, maybe even 3. But the average duration of each episode, you're looking at about 35, 37 minutes. So you can easily binge this show in a few hours, in one day, over the weekend, whatever. But if you're a Selena fan and you love Selena, you definitely got to check out this show. I'm familiar with her music. I'm not going to act like I was the biggest Selena fan, but I'm definitely familiar with her music. I definitely watched the movie with J-Lo as a kid. And Selena was an awesome artist. And like I said, if you're a fan of Selena, you need to check out this show because there's going to be a lot more stuff thrown at us that we did not get in the movie. And that's the one thing that stood out for me that I loved about the show, is that we get to see more of them as a family, like as a close-knit family. I'll say that because they really loved each other, and that was awesome to see that. And like I said, they're peeling back the layers, people. They are peeling back the layers with this show, and it's definitely worth watching. On a Kaiba scale 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this show a solid 8.5. It's definitely worth checking out. So you know the drill. If you like what you see and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. After doing that, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And please leave a comment at the bottom. Let me know what you thought about Selena. Did they do a good job? Did it meet your expectations? Did it exceed your expectations? Let me know. Hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.